That clock keeps ticking like a metronome. My thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me oh, just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me Keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
Sexy Raymundo.
Just let me go.
This is the most badass podcast at all. This top of the morning. The original drama cast. AC here. The lovely young lady behind the glass. Fridays with AC, baby. Let's knock it out of the park and then some. I guess I'll explain this whole thing to you guys. Unfortunately, we're not able to recover this guy's video. I've only would have watched a little part of it anyway because I saw. So basically, Raymundo, who I got to be honest with you, say what you want about this guy.
Stud.
Yeah, ugly is not one of them. Raymundo, he looks like she's playing soccer for like Barcelona or something, right? Not playing with horse dolls, you know. But hey, to each his own. You know, I don't care. AC cares because he's a kooky Christian. But
Raymundo loves Fluttershy.
Applejack, don't you forget that.
Raymundo.
I like the Applejack. You know, she's a nice southern country woman. I like that.
Yes.
She reminds me of the muy sexy white ladies. I wish he talked like that.
Yeah, it'd be great. He's got a really deep
doesn't lean
voice.
into that.
No, he's got a super deep voice. He's got like this guy could be anything other than what he is. He could be, I'm not gonna call me gay anyway, but he could be a model. You know, he could be. Jesus, I mean, I don't know too many women that wouldn't throw themselves at her. You know, I'm sorry, I only have time for sparkles.
I must go. The commentary slop awaits me.
You got to give him that, whatever. So he makes a video. I saw Nick comment on it. He said it wasn't even that bad. It's got like a picture of, I don't know, Pyro and Mudahar and Turkey Tom and he doesn't like YouTube slop. You know, this quick produced crap that I produce. And you know what? I don't care that he feels that way. This is not going to be like a huge takedown of his video. It was really just like, you could be making such beautiful content, yet you choose to do this slop. You know, that's kind of the crux I got of it. But when you really dig a little deeper, you realize this is probably politically motivated, as far as the personalities that are involved, and it's less about like art. It's less about art and making a proper video because at first it sounded like, all right, he's one of these. This is going way back. Put a one in the chat if you remember the NCO crowd. We were trying to make the perfect commentary video, and they would all sit there, and John Swan would all fucking debate and suck off all the big commentators' ass and what have you. So it sounded kind of typical, but then towards the end of his video, he said something that got me. Like he's entitled to think it's garbage, and a lot of it is. It is. There's no doubt. But the thing is, I like low effort content. I personally take it. It's like some guy just wrote me. I think what's his name, Tex-Mex or whatever his name is. He wrote me. I like this stuff at the gym. I like when people talking about stupid stuff. I enjoy it. I do too. So he, you know, I guess he doesn't like the live streams being kind of transformed into clips and the whole thing that the commentary community's kind of become. And the videos are less spectacular, I suppose. And he wouldn't be wrong. I like those videos too. But I also like, I mean, and a lot of guys he's talking about are kind of have the ability to do both. Like guys like, well, he didn't talk about Diorio, but Turkey Tom, I mean, when he makes a Turkey Tom video, I don't know. I think it's pretty high end as far as Turkey Tom. I don't always agree with like what's said, but I wonder why I ever agree with anything what's said 100%. So I was just, I was a little blown away by his interview on Chud Logic. And the thing that really got me is he says, maybe people will just stop watching this stuff. And it seems like, well, I'm kind of, it felt like he was kind of pulling a Cabos a little bit. And I'm going to, kind of chip the first brick in the wall and make this stuff kind of uncool. And then, I mean, the Brony stuff is just, I don't care. You like what you like, whatever. And then I found out he was a Xander Hall fan. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Xander Hall, I mean, I have problems with his politics, I guess, but the same way I would have problems with anybody that, like, I don't have a problem with him personally. I think he's kind of a douche. But, I mean, he's certainly, I don't think any content is any worse or any better than anyone as far as presentation is concerned. He talks and clips. That's what everybody does.
Well, it's nice. You should call his mom and let her know that.
Your boy is a beautiful commentator. He is. I'm Raymundo. You know. So I don't know. I'm not going to really go over his video. I'm really going to go over his Chud Logic interview, which I found mind-bending. I expected him to sort of put up a fight and defend his stuff here and why, but he completely capitulates. He folds like a tent, and then you find out that, you know, he really didn't look into this, and then he regrets. He didn't think this video would do that much, and that's probably a lie. He just didn't like the reaction. I think he expected people to go, "You're right, it's all shit."
How long of a video was it? How long was
it? Was like 50 minutes.
It was around 40, 50 minutes.
I did, you know, I wasn't really paying it. I just, you know, it slipped my mind. I didn't really put that much, you know, thought into it. 50-minute video.
I would have never come to this video. He's entitled to his opinion. I don't really give a fuck. I mean,
no, my point is like, you know, that's a lie, because you made a 50-minute video and you're saying, like, I didn't think anything would come of this.
Yeah, he's a liar. Yeah, you'll see this. He's utterly full of shit. And I think that's, like, he really just hurt his own credibility, not with his opinions. Chud goes on to say, you know, because he doesn't really make, I guess, according to them, because I don't have the entire video, he kind of says, like, your criticisms are based on your personal likes and dislikes, and there's always a solution to that. Upper right-hand corner click, rather than this is like a problem. He presents it as this is a problem. No, it's not. Any more than like professional wrestling, which is like low-end entertainment, is a problem, or something like that. But I mean, I don't know. I like not everything. What was that movie that Iron Man did recently? It was the only good movie I'd seen in years. The one about the bomb. What movie is that? Came out about a year ago. The one about the making the bomb. Oppenheimer. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's good. Like, not everything has to be Oppenheimer. You know. And you can put out more, and there is a, you know, a financial. I agree with you, and everybody always has more respect for the guys that make really good videos, really thoughtful videos once a year. But that's not for everybody, especially streamers. I don't know. And the other thing, one thing that I don't think was brought up. This is my personal experience, and boy, the notifications must not have went out. Boy, that sucks. The other thing that I don't know if he doesn't know or he's just being dishonest. This stuff, even in news, like he likes Xander Hall, you got to fucking be on it like first day to get anything out of it whatsoever. Nobody gives a shit if you're talking about Bovac 3 months from now. Like there is a time restraint. This stuff has a shelf life. All my shows, because I'm not the biggest in the world, have the big ones were all really based on the content. You know, and that's really what it came down to. Yeah, hit the like button. Yeah, it's fucking bad. Ugh, God. I know September and October is usually rough for money, but boy, this one's been rough. I guess I'm guessing things are bad in the States as far as people's money are concerned, because this has been a rough month. So Chud gets to interview the guy. He does. By the way, he's like super fair. He's not a dick to the guy. The guy just blows himself up, like explodes himself. Which surprised me a little bit because he didn't seem dim. He just seemed dishonest. But
also, shout out to Chud for getting us this clip while he was doing a gaming stream.
Yeah, he actually stopped everything for us, which we really, really appreciate. And I fucked this thing up somehow.
Oh my goodness.
I'll get it. I got it.
Raymundo would never have such a horrible thing happen.
Yeah, no.
I hate fucking Windows. Windows 11 sucks. You know that?
Yeah, I do.
Why am I not? I'm getting a bad capture here, and I have no idea why. It's like still capturing fucking that rap video we were watching before. It's totally bizarre. Refresh. What the fuck is going on here? I never had a problem with this before. This particular problem I've actually never had. I'm somewhat surprised. Huh.
Tyrone, actually, who was listening to it
yeah, I don't even have this open. Yeah, it was the
that's the strange thing.
Yeah, I don't even have this open, and it's captured it for some reason. Totally weird. I guess I got to recapture it. That's I don't know, saved. I guess that's odd.
Fuck off, JFA.
What?
Oh, he says now the audio just cut out.
He's such an asshole. Screaming asshole. No, I don't. I hate his guts. He's just
you do. You love him.
I'm nice to him because he fucking pays the bills. Like, what's the point of? Why is it captured? You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, you know what I think's going on? I got more than fucking one opened up. There we go. Here's the problem. I think. Yeah, I got.
Wow.
Oh,
Jesus.
No, it's doubled up in Windows or something like that. I got to recapture and I don't want to. I want it to just to work.
Chud Logic, if you're watching, come help us.
Shut up.
Can you do the rest of the stream for us?
All right, let's remove this fucking thing.
He's too busy playing Silent Hill 2.
Well, why not?
Because it's a bad game.
Well,
that's my argument.
That's your thing.
Not?
It did it again.
What the?
What the? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. How is it capturing something that I don't even have up? It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Gross Score, you really should have taken Gross Score's advice, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, no more XSplit. Jesus Christ.
I never had a problem with it. People just laughed at me, and I don't really give a shit if people laugh at me. But I think it's better for talk shows.
We should have used that extra 20 minutes with this instead of the body cam video.
Well, that's the thing. Okay, I always get on him like, hey, we've got this much time, so we should probably go. No, I want to watch a video. No, and the problem, it's not a problem. It's very enjoyable. But Tommy will go on a bit of a rabbit hole where it'll be one thing to the next thing to the next thing. And I don't even remember how everything links.
What do you want?
Oh, what?
I know.
You're gonna hate on a guy for being honest? Yeah, he likes that. He loves it. It brings him joy. You're gonna hate on him for having a little joy in his miserable life.
Yes, exactly.
No, I'm not hating on for that, but I'm hating on for him for not being able to keep a schedule.
Typical women. They want
Yeah.
What are you, German?
And
Jesus.
No, Polish.
How are you able to remember this long? I don't know. Let's start the interview. There we go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Why are you such a fucking loser?
You said to me.
Damn.
I'm fucking around again.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to say
That's not really Chud's style to fucking start. That's why that was funny.
thanks for actually having me on and letting me speak my piece. But ultimately,
my kids' soccer practice listening to this. I'm generally interested in what this guy has to say.
I agree with a lot of what you said, so there's not going to be too much contention.
Oh, no.
Well, that's
But-
You're not just being agreeable, are you? Come on.
He picked up on that right away, didn't he? You'll see that that's the case.
No. I think I want to be clear.
Because you made a 50-minute video, like you didn't edit it or something. It's just like, whoop, there's a video, and I didn't think about it.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, you make some good
Never
points.
expected it could be interpreted this way.
Yeah, I know.
It's like editing like a 10-minute video takes hours for some people, and then like 50 minutes, it's like you're spending like a week on this.
Yeah, by the end of this thing, you're gonna realize, and I have not heard all of it deliberately. You will realize that this guy has no principles and is just a YouTuber at the end of the day.
Really?
Yes, very easily.
I'm
Here-
shocked.
that I had no idea really what I was getting into. Ultimately, what this video was a collection of sort of thoughts that I'd had and things that I was just feeling for a little while.
A
And
collection of thoughts for 50 minutes is highly edited. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding? Jesus Christ. I had a fucking thing and it went off because I covered it. I'll read those. Remind me to read the thing at the end. I'll read that one. It didn't pop up.
Maybe it would have gone over better if it's, you know, he's like, this is my rant, and then he has his little like pony character like on screen,
yeah,
you know, animating like. This is what I think of the comic.
Yeah, well, that's the way he tries to do it. You'll see.
And one day I just kind of decided that I wanted to cover it. And now I'm realizing that the way that it was presented and a lot of the points were rather weak. And there's some things that, while hearing other perspectives, I don't agree with. But there are things that I still absolutely do agree with. But
I don't know, because I didn't get this far, because like I said, it's a soccer practice. I'm dying to know what he still stands on.
Yeah, no, we can get into all of that. I mean, the main thing for me, I think, because, you know, I don't judge a video by its thumbnail and title. But I thought, okay, what's this? Let's have a watch of it.
I don't either, because he put in a thing as Tommy C berates tipster, which I really didn't do. But he's trying to get people in there. I get that. I don't have a problem with it. I didn't berate him, just question him and criticized him. But I don't think I berated. I didn't like call him a fat fuck or anything like that and laugh in his face or anything like that.
You call it
sure.
YouTubers a slop problem. And then I get into it, and it seems like you're presenting that YouTube has got like a slop problem. And to me, I'm thinking, well, a problem needs to be solved. And also we need to figure out what the problem exactly is. And it just feels like you didn't really say what the problem was beyond, I don't personally like this type of content.
I see.
You see what I mean?
No, I mean that...
Anything on that, or?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, because initially...
I know that face smells a rat.
And this might be evident as the way it ended up turning out. Initially, I was writing a script about Moon. And that was the sort of main thing. And
yes, I did say that in the Moon segment. It came across like you wanted to make a video on this Moon guy, because that seemed to be the heart of what you were doing. Okay.
Yeah, ultimately I have, and you had a good point about.
By the way, Chud called that when he watched the video. That's why you're going to see all these Chud was right. He actually kind of said that word for word, which is kind of hysterical. Chud gets to have a Tommy C moment. Good for Chud.
About not really showing much evidence. I have a pretty decent amount, but I haven't like really started production. It's been a video that I've wanted to make for a while, but I kind of wanted to test run it in a sense, because it felt like a very risky video to make, if that makes sense.
Okay. Look, I don't know.
How could it be both risky and you didn't think about it? It doesn't make any sense. Am I wrong here? It's a risky video, but it was just a collection of thoughts.
I know he's giving the politician's answer where he wasn't exactly right, but he wasn't exactly wrong. What I did had merit, and I stand by it.
Yeah, I stand by it except when you go over the details. Like, I don't stand on that.
It's just a non-answer. It's just waffling for fucking forever. And I guess eventually you're supposed to like back off and be like, so some like party is supposed to empathize with. Oh, I know, I've made mistakes too before, bro. Like one time I stubbed my toe on something I left on the floor, and it's like,
I wonder.
No, I don't accept your.
Did he go on Chud because Chud's a little more on the left leaning side, and he thought he'd get a better deal? Because Chud is no way brutal. I think he's completely fair, and he gets like so much out of this guy that I heard. At one point, I was just like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I've already heard everything I needed to hear. It was just like ridiculous. But yeah, that's where I smell like you said, politicians.
My own dick, but I was 100% correct then, because that's exactly what
it
seemed like.
You were
in the Moon segment.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's interesting though, because it's like, you know, you're worried about making this video, so you kind of dress it up in a way that you think is going to be more palatable to the audience.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you not feel? I mean, I'm not saying that you're producing slop yourself, but that to me is a hallmark of like some of these creators. They're putting stuff out that's palatable to their audience, and it feels like you're kind of doing that with this video.
I see what you mean. I personally, the way that I saw it was
no pushback. I see what
just kind of give a criticism that was on my mind, and I didn't particularly
do a stream and say I think this is slop. Yeah, but that it could be he's lying. Like, do a stream. I don't like this shit. It sucks. I mean,
I love the way he started. Like, I just thought that he's doing like a voice when he does it. He's putting on a voice where he's like, I just thought the way I was doing it was, you see, I just wanted some loose collection of criticism. and people didn't see my vision. And I
understand that's exactly what I'm getting out of it. Nick wrote in the chat here, Raymundo made a video where he walked in the most hostile community and started swinging. I sort of respect the effort. If I did that and spoke my mind, I would. If I did that and spoke my mind, I would have started a civil war. Yeah, that's mostly because of your position. And Nick didn't hate the video, but I didn't hate it until the end when it seemed agenda driven. That's why I'm not buying any of this stuff, because towards the end it really seemed like because the theme, we have to do something about this or it's going to be bad for the platform. That's the vibe I took from it, even though it's just a bunch of stuff that he doesn't like. That, and it sucks that I can't show you the video, or even got to watch the whole fucking thing, because I was like, oh wow, because I saw Nick go, that's interesting. If Nick gave it a pass, then I listened to this guy and like, oh, what a phony.
Really make it to be like, oh, this is gonna be the most easy, palatable to watch.
Because I don't give a fuck, and I don't love YouTubers so much. Because a lot of guys, I noticed in the chat, I love this YouTuber. You can't say bad stuff about him. Oh, fuck that. You can do it all you want, but I mean, he obviously did it because he thought it was a slam dunk, and I don't buy all this other shit.
Much thing, but I do understand that argument. I personally don't feel as though, at least with my own intention, that was the case. But
right, okay.
I understand what you're saying.
So why didn't you? Was it literally just a concern about? Sorry, when you say it's risky,
yeah.
What do you mean by risky? What risks are you thinking of there?
So, ironically, the risks that I was considering from the Moon video itself are exactly what this video ended up producing. And so I was kind of right. And those risks were...
Who is Moon? I don't think have I watched some of his stuff before?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Really just kind of a step into...
Hold on a second. What kind of videos?
Here, I'll send you the link to him.
Yeah, all right. Is this him? Moon.
I just said
this guy right here. Okay, let's check his titles. I don't imagine anything. Keanu Reeves barely survived. Polar Eye 2, one movie destroyed entire fan base. Minority Report tried to warn you. Joe Rogan. I'm getting it. Let's see. Conan O'Brien exposed Hollywood. Christian Bale. It's mostly Hollywood stuff though, but when celebrities shut up disrespectful viewers. Yeah, Joe Rogan thing.
That's funny. He has a thing where it's the dark rise of brain rot content.
Really?
On his the Moon guy. Yeah, he had a fucking video titled that.
But doesn't he make? Let's see, 5 days ago, 7 days ago. He spits out a lot. Okay.
A spotlight that I.
Yeah. See, I get the feeling that has less of a problem with the presentation and the artistic presentation of it. He has more of a problem with what's being said. But he can't just come out and say that. Yeah.
I'm pretty unfamiliar with, and in retrospect, it makes sense how we got here, but I really was not expecting this video to do well or to really be considered by that many people.
I wasn't expecting this.
And so that was my
backlash. I wasn't expecting.
That's really I didn't expect backlash.
But I think my intentions personally. My intentions.
I think I'll go one step further. I think he thought he was going to get an own or a W. I think he thought he was going to get an H1 bomber thing. I thought Xander Hall
was going to watch my video on stream and loud it and give me lavish and praise.
Yes. That's what
concern with the Moon video or just that as a project really felt as though something that would make a lot of people upset and definitely lead to some semblance of drama, which again it's kinda,
I feel look, I've got to be honest with you, mate. I feel like this is cope. It's like you put Turkey Tom, Moist Critical, all these people. I mean, I say more so like Turkey Tom is someone who's got like quite a motivated, engaged audience. I feel like you put them on the thumbnail and then you're like, oh, how is this? I'm surprised this caused drama. Like you're provoking the drama by including these massive YouTubers on your thumbnail.
And these guys are so careful about fucking criticizing each other, even legitimately. It's tough for me to believe that he thought he was going to get anything other than a known here.
No. And it's likely to elicit and draw their attention, no?
I mean, on the note of Turkey Tom specifically, he is someone who is very prideful in the label of Slop. And on his and to be clear, I was talking about like Tom Dark and the live channel. But it's not really something that I really felt was this kind of like breaking like attack on him. It's just kind of something that him and also Pyro and a lot of these people do. And it's like, yeah, I'm making slop. So yeah, I didn't really feel like there's too much of an inherent risk since that is part of their brand identity.
Okay, you've got okay, bro. Okay, I just feel like you've massively underestimated that then, because the thumbnail is them, and
definitely
this
definitely.
is slop. And
Yeah.
but you know, it's like, yeah, that would be seen by a lot of people as negative, and I'm sure Turkey Tom would probably take it in good natured, and would probably have an issue with the arguments you made. I don't know what his take on it is, but that would be his position.
Give a fuck.
But obviously,
especially now,
you are going to get a lot of people that are just mad at you because you're having to go at Turkey Tom, right?
Yeah, and I certainly have. And, you know, to me, ultimately, I am heavily considering just...
Quack writes he doesn't like Turkey Tom because his views are different than his. You know, I hate saying like the whole jealousy route, and maybe that is the case. Who knows? I think he can't get his head. My feeling is if I had to, you know, do the mind reading thing, it's more what they're saying, and people accept it. That's what irritates him the most. That's what I got from the video.
Privating the video as a whole because I don't feel too confident. I think, you know.
Oh, now he's gonna private it. Look at fucking Trent's face.
That's a perfect freeze frame.
He's reading the chat. He really is. He really is the perfect face.
A lot of the points that I made, I can concede now, and not that I think I was completely wrong with everything.
They did it again,
but I think that the way that it presented was not in the best way.
Which, you know, you notice I wrote "pussy." That pissed me off.
And I don't want my sort of, you know, standing to be someone who makes shitty points, you know, or at least presents points.
Well, I guess what for you has kind of tipped it over to the thought process of I don't want this video like publicized or out there anymore.
Well, ultimately, it's a
good question.
Matter of having more viewpoints and a lot more input from people who have kind of just changed my mind and poked a lot of holes.
He does sound like a politician. Yeah, I'm really holy. You a bunch of horse shit.
In the moment, I felt
we had a town hall. We had a lot of people. They were saying it was cope. I was gay. I was stupid.
All his fucking friends were like, "Get him! Go get him!" Like fucking walking him right in the damn car accident.
It's a pretty decent project, and ultimately, you know, I come from it from the angle of like I kind of. You know, I want to admit when I'm wrong about something or admit that I may not have done something in the best way. And
that's all well and good. I just don't believe you. Like, fine, fair enough. For everybody, for that matter. I just don't buy it. It's like nothing he could prove. You know, you have to be able to read his mind.
Let me be clear. If you like your YouTube slop, you can keep it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really do not want to be
yelled at. I don't want to be criticized. That's what it sounds like to me. Like I'm gonna drop a nuclear fucking weapon, and I don't want the blowback. You know what I mean?
Highlighted
and like the privating thing and like privating and unlisting. It's like it already is out. It's already done. It's made the rounds, and people are going to be talking about it. And then there's going to be a resurgence of people defending it too. And being
sure. Like Nick defended it.
So,
you know?
And so like
take the good with the bad.
Really, he says, you know, he wants to unlist it because of this and that, but really, it's that it already has had the intended effect.
Get closer to your mic. You sound like you're a mile away.
It's already had its intended
That sounds
effect.
great. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
I kind of have just been doing my own thing for a while, and I'm happy with that. And ultimately, this was a decision that would go directly against that, and I'm realizing that now. But, you know, that's kind of the main point.
Yeah, I guess for me it's like, you know, how did this disconnect happen where you're looking at something and you're going, that's an absolute banger? Like, did you part and then it goes on to like you get these criticisms, which I think a lot of YouTubers I think would have pointed out to you if they'd have seen it. Like, did you not share this with anyone? Did you not say, oh, can you look at my video and see what you think? Did you not do any sort of testing or you know, speak to anyone that you know about this? Or
yeah, I spoke to everybody who hates Turkey Tom.
Yeah.
You know,
I shared it with
Not
my
really.
echo chamber. Oh, he says not really.
Yeah, not really.
So basically, I showed it to my family, and I run through the.
It's a beautiful video. It's a beautiful video. Raymundo.
Oh my god! Does he show his fucking Brony videos, like his My Little Pony videos to his family? Everybody sits down. It's like, get the popcorn. Dad, get in here! It's about to premiere. I'm gonna tell you the definition of 20% cooler.
Ran through the talking points with my kind of close-knit YouTuber buddies, and I got their input, and they were all like, "Yeah, man, sounds great."
I was right.
But that's really it. There wasn't.
Oh, sounds great. Okay, I didn't see it.
Like an extensive. I didn't, go out and.
If I had to bet, he probably made the video for them. If I had to guess, not his parents. What are you talking about, Raymundo? I don't know anything about this bullshit.
Show people the finished project, as it was done, which again is definitely something that should have been done. But
I just keep thinking how much pussy this guy could have got instead of making this video.
Exactly.
He could have done a million things besides making that video. And I look, he's entitled. I don't make this. I'm making fun of him, but he's entitled to hate this shit. If you hate it, you hate it. And there's a lot to fucking hate, especially some of the people, But there's just like no sincerity in his voice whatsoever, and it's just infuriating.
Oh, so you just kind of explain the concept. To
I don't go with this delete your channel. Fucking, it's kind of what Nick said. He initially, we respect Willie Mack takes it from both ends, both wings, and he's really well respected among his peers, right? Mm-hmm. So if you walk away, it's you could even said, you know what, I don't agree with it. After kind of getting optics checked live in real time, I'm wrong about a lot of things, but I'm going to stick to what I believe in. I'm going to leave it up for no other reason. I just don't like people to take videos down or streams down. It just bugs me, and I could accept that. It's a very
pussy move.
Yeah, because it doesn't. Because if you just said. If he just took it down and said, I was wrong, and that's it, and I never heard from him again, that'd have been fine, I guess. I'm like, it would still have been pussy mood. Yeah, I'll keep it up, reminder. I keep my videos up, and I'll learn from it, probably not do that again, or if I do it again, it's going to be great, or something like that. I can totally respect that.
People, and
not retire, because everybody's retired, take it down. All you're saying is shut up. Shut up, I know more than you, and I hate that.
In a more vague way, or talked about maybe some specifics, but they didn't see the product itself. Is that right?
Yeah, no, they didn't see the finished product. They just kind of heard the talking points, and I wouldn't really say in a vague way. I feel like I was pretty descriptive.
Oh, you're quite specific. Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, but
they all hate Turkey Tom, so they're like, do it, dude.
It's different when someone's telling you about something and it's a finished product. And we
all sit around and we're absolutely terribly jealous of people that are more successful than us, and they all agree.
Totally acknowledge that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's like it was quite. I felt like it was quite incoherent, and you tried to label too much stuff as slop. So then at the end, when you're summarizing, you're saying, well, slop doesn't need any personality. And I'm thinking well, some slop that you've described does need personality, because in order to stream, you need a personality. I would agree with you if you were talking about saying AI channel, obviously that needs no personality, or something like that, right? So do you feel that maybe the definition was too broad for you then, in terms of the video?
Yeah, honestly, that's actually one of the big...
It's the overarching point of the whole fucking thing. Yeah, you're right.
Biggest points that I've...
One of the things that's convenient about calling it slop is subjective. So if it's subjective, anything can be slop, and then nothing can be slop at the same time. And that was probably done on purpose.
Kind of seen in that I am kind of now walking back, and I don't want to seem spineless. I genuinely am taking the criticism, and
you're not reading chat, are you? Don't read chat.
Yes, I got the same feeling, Chad.
Whatever you do.
I'm not reading chat. No, okay, I feel like it's gonna throw me off. If I do,
good. Are they? That would account for all the. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Don't worry about that, okay?
Uh-oh.
No, the thing to bear in mind with this is my chat is obviously people that watch me, that watch a lot of slop, okay? They're all little piggies, okay? So don't worry about them. But anyway.
Gotcha.
So
yeah. Stu's in here, and Nicholas Dior, that's crazy. Yeah, hi, guys. Yeah. I like your stuff quite a lot.
Well, how is this stuff any different than the fucking shit you criticized? I mean, what does Nick do other than what Turkey Tom does?
Well,
it's just a different personality.
I talked with some more YouTubers, and I like your stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm more afraid of Nick than I am of Tom.
Long-time fan. But regardless.
Please don't come after me.
I think if there's something I could change, it would definitely be more of a distinction. And I kind of wish that I'd come up with different
levels, a spectrum of slop.
Sort of incarnations or levels of, quote unquote slop, rather than just kind of saying it's all one thing. Because I'm seeing now that clearly it isn't, and the streaming point is a great point. I do maintain that not all, obviously.
Put it on one in the chat. If this video would have worked, he would have been just dandy fine with it.
But I think some commentary channels that I've seen don't have too much of a personality, and they're just kind of quick to topics, which is why I can assume they have, an audience.
Yeah, no. The thing is, if you'd have made that point and said, these particular types of channels, gameplay or AI voices, or not without naming any names, but just talking about daily topics, and it's like interchangeable almost. Yeah, sure, maybe there's a point.
Which is what every radio show in the United States and beyond. I never turned on. I watched that English talk radio thing over there. They're always talking about the game the prior day or the story in football the prior day. Everybody does that.
To be made there,
because ultimately that is the point that was being made. But
what?
But not actually. Like, you know what I mean?
No,
but not actually.
Yeah. Yeah, everything has he must be a Libra. Everything has a counterbalance. It's like totally the point, but it's not at the same time. Yeah, he's done this like the third or fourth time he's done this.
Yeah. There's the bones of a video in there. I think your video, there's a concept there that could work. And
there's certainly.
Right? And I think, and it's not about me saying, this is what the next video should be, because obviously that's for you to decide. But I think there are good points to make, like misinformation, rushing to a story and not researching it properly. In the pursuit of putting out multiple videos, not letting the story sit for like an extra few hours, and something coming out that could have changed it maybe could be an argument. But the point is, there's things in there that you can talk about.
The point is, you have no argument. That's what it sounds like to me. I wish I could say that more definitively if I saw the whole thing, but that's what it sounds like. You have no argument.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there are things that now in retrospect I only brush on when now I'm realizing, oh shit, that should have been the main.
Bill Picklington, I never wanted Smaggle to call in more than I do right now. Me too.
Focus. So, if I could have...
Your video sucked.
Your video was fucking awful. And I think I would rather be raped by a wombat than have to watch that again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's terrible and you're fucking Brony.
Jesus Christ.
Gone back and changed this video, I certainly would have in that way. I honestly, I see it as a lesson. I know a lot of people hate my guts now, but I really wasn't.
I don't
trying to attack people. It's a criticism of content, but
I learned something today.
Not in a personal way. I think that also should just be made clear.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing as well. Is maybe this is a product of now you're fleshing out a bit, and it wasn't meant to be like this. And you're saying you maybe
he's being generous.
Should have focused on other aspects, but it just seems so wild to
me. And that's not me saying he's sweeping or anything. I'm fucking sick of that thing. But sometimes people are generous because that's just the way they are.
That you had people there who there are dramas you could talk about where they've got stuff wrong out of a rush to get a story out. Like a Cheeto got the Sniper Wolf story wrong and then argued a toss about it with Lyrics, another creator you spoke about. And it's like, did you do any research before speaking to them to find out things you could talk about?
So I'm going to be completely honest. I went to reach out to them because they're people who had met prior at VidCon. So I was already somewhat familiar with them. I didn't do a bunch of background checking on their prior controversy.
He did it out of hate. That would be completely honest. Am I wrong here? I mean, I can't read his mind, but I'm just coming to the conclusion this is probably based on your personal fucking hatred, of these creators. But
it's not personal. But it is just like a rant. It wasn't trying to get anything done. But it's not. But it's not personal.
Shit.
Let me get this straight. You didn't do any research on them.
No, shut up. This is that's a source. But no, I knew when I heard that. Actually, this is when I turned it off. I was like, no, this guy has nothing to fucking say that's going to make me interested.
Before you spoke to them, is that right?
Not particularly, no. I looked up like...
Okay, and you're criticizing other people for putting Slop out. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. I'm trying to be nice about this, okay? But that's...
No, he's mad! He pissed off John! He pissed him off! He's like unpissable.
He really did.
And I just said he's being fucking generous, and that's him go, oh, he's sweeping. You know? Like, he did everything he could to be fair, and now this guy, to me, this is exposed, you know? I mean, exposed.
It's fucking insane and massively...
No, I understand.
I mean... Okay. Using personal connections to get a juicy interview and not looking into stuff to talk about. I don't want to hammer the point home, but holy fuck, dude, that is insane to me.
I get that. I also
so now we know he's a brony. He's autistic, because only an autistic person would have said that.
One of the points that you made is it was too kind of nice, I suppose. You know, my main intent in talking to them was really to just get the other perspective.
Get a perspective.
I thought you didn't want this particular result to happen because it was risky. He's just say anything. He should run for office.
From people who do produce the kind of content that I'm criticizing, not particularly.
Like, nobody's gonna believe this. They're gonna think like, oh, Tommy, you're doing the same thing. You hate the guy too. I really didn't know the fuck he was. I wanted to hear what he had to say, basically because I thought Nick was kind of looking at it a different way, but I was like, this was everything that I would have took at surface level, like proven, you know,
to hammer in on they themselves individually, which
Nick was looking at this. This guy's got balls. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a set. He wasn't born with the fucking set he got. He's took no balls whatsoever. And now he's trying to appease. It's like Palestinians. They pick fights, and when they get fucking bombed, they fucking start complaining.
Clearly, seeing the people that I chose, it wasn't maybe the best idea. But that was
the thing is, I've got no personal...
I actually turned my phone. Somebody said, put Tommy C in the call. I wouldn't have called in. Even if I could have. I would not call. I'm not going to be yelling at him for fucking my kid's soccer practice and fucking cops take me away. But no, I have nothing to say to him. It's done. It's over with. There's nothing to say here. And now it's just time to laugh.
Ill will towards Sensitive Society or a Cheeto. Like, I want no personal issue with them. I just know that they've done things which, you know, are worth pressing them on if you're talking about Slop content, because they have, in my opinion, made mistakes, which is, you know, and it's just, you know, I don't want to fucking hammer you on this point, but fuck me, dude, that is insane, bro.
No, I completely understand what you're saying.
Yeah, okay. Dude, okay. Well, that's fine. You've accepted that, and you've agreed with a lot of the points.
The call ended after this.
I don't really think we need to hash out each
nothing.
Point
because that's the way I felt. But I heard that this is done. This is over with.
You agree on now.
No.
Slop Mundo.
You know, what I am interested in, though, is kind of throwing it over to you. And, like, what points did I make? Because I think you highlighted that maybe there's some stuff you disagree with or still stand by. Like, maybe we can go through that.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I kind of want to just more so clarify my point on the Schoolboy 9 stuff.
Okay, sure.
As I thought maybe a little misconstrued.
Sucks. I don't know.
And the point I make in the video, again, it's my personal opinion, and I made that clear in the video too. This isn't like an objective fact, but the way that I've been seeing it is that and I saw a lot of people in chat too were saying like, oh, so dark humor is not allowed. That's not my argument. That's never.
Didn't he say he wasn't watching the chat, or he's going to turn it off because it's fucking he can't watch the chat? He freaked out.
He said he can't watch the chat, or else he won't be able to pay attention.
And honestly, that's why he's undone. He's like a fucking fake ass YouTuber. He only cares about the way the fucking when the tide's coming in, where the wind's blowing, where the wave will carry about him. He has nothing to say.
Well, he does that thing.
Talk closer to the mic.
You ever have like,
talk closer to the mic? You were too far away. Go.
Sorry.
Yeah, go.
Have you ever had a kid and you confront them on something and they can't really do anything but nervously laugh? Like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, that's essentially what he's doing. Yeah.
It sucks. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. He does
Still,
it for everything.
Jesus Christ! What are you doing here, Mike? You're fucking killing my show here. What's the matter with you?
Sorry.
Go close to it, like right there. Stay there.
Never been my argument.
Hi.
For me, I feel it's dangerous when
they want me.
When people sort of.
I think it's odd because like I wouldn't have screamed at him anyway. I wasn't not just like, oh, I'm done.
Start to treat people who are as disturbed as Smart Schoolboy 9 in a way that is kind of lighthearted, in a way that's like,
and I hadn't watched a video at that point. I definitely would have called it, you know,
kind of more, what's the word, digestible to a young audience. Because there's like a disturbing amount of children making TikToks about this guy, and to me, given his nature, and also given the fact that part of his like fetish is to be known as like this disgusting creep, to me that feels like a bad way of going about things.
Sure.
And I feel as though generally people should be.
I feel that when I said this, I thought everybody would be really outraged at this guy and not see it as dark humor.
Be a little more, I don't know if the word is respectful, but just kind of mindful about the way that they present someone when they're
commentary respectful. Fuck you.
As sort of dangerous.
Slop
as someone like Smart School
9. Yeah, see, the difficulty is for me is you're just saying that you feel that way about it, and then my
response
right,
and that's
to that
what I
can
say
be,
in the video.
Well, I feel differently.
You know, it's just
so it's like a difference of opinion then. Whereas you were trying to suggest, you were trying to suggest in the video, I feel, that there was some sort of danger to children that would come about as a result.
Of course I was, because that gets people's attention in YouTube videos. And you look like a big fucking hero while you get old YouTube to change rules and shit. We want to be protecting children, about the children. What's with the lefties today? It used to be like the biggest, lamest excuse when I was a kid. Oh, the children, the children. And now it's like the one they use all the time.
And if that's your feeling, then that's fine. But I'm just like, well, is there any actual evidence or proof to back up this idea that a couple of memes or lots of memes on the internet about Smart School 9 will put children in harm's way? Or is it literally just the way you feel about it?
Well, there was a video of a group of, God, it must have been like 12-year-olds or something like that, you know, quote unquote, out on the hunt. There's footage of another like teenager smashing an alleged window. And that's another issue too, is maybe the false information that has spread from that case as well. But at least from that, the fact that children are trying to search him out, and I've seen a lot of kids try to message him. If you go on the Smart Schoolboy 9 Reddit, a lot of the posts are clearly made by young children. And that to me does feel kind of dangerous, because kids are, you know, at least, you know, not a ton of kids, but some kids are going out of their way.
You can't say things because some people might do something. I mean, I've heard this shit before. I clearly remember with 2 Live Crew, when we arrested them for doing songs about sex. Arrested them. You know, and obviously it went to the Supreme Court, fucking knocked it down. But I mean, like, that's what it sounds like. Well, and that was the whole logic. You know, I remember them being. I remember like there's this stupid song they called "The Buck," right, which was a clearly painful sex position, if I remember correctly, right. And I remember the guys in 2 Live Crew says that what kind of person is going to put a woman in the buck? It's obviously like a tasteless comedy song, you know, song. Well, somebody might do it. Well, yeah, so what? You know, if I say I hate that guy or something, somebody might kill him. You know, it's
message received, Tommy.
Yeah.
Way to try and sort of bust this guy, and they don't know what they're doing, and to me that feels
neither do you.
Like it's pretty dangerous.
Well, you know, I think that to suggest that people online ought to limit their behavior to prevent that, I just think that if you're concerned about kids' behavior, that's
not a slippery slope, is it?
Squarely with the parents, and the parents are the ones that are allowing that to happen by letting them.
You're right. He is a '90s liberal, because that was the argument back then. Yeah, you know, you said that AC
before
argument.
we went on.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
The count's too young.
No, because that's what they used. That's what they used to say when I was a kid. You know, like whenever I say, like, you know, somebody killed themselves over, you know, Ozzy Osbourne, and I used to think, I used to think when I was a kid, good. Fuck them. You know, I mean, that's what I would have said publicly was like, it's really not Ozzy's problem. You know,
I think there was a case where it was with Judas Priest, because they had that whole
I should have said Judas Priest, yeah,
and they played it like backwards or whatever. Supposed to,
and there's no evidence that subliminal messages or backwards messages can make you do shit. And if I remember that, and he was a Christian kook, the lawyer, if I remember correctly, was trying to say that he had no scientific evidence to back that up. None.
And so on.
And there's the other part where if it is true, is the First Amendment protected? Now, he's not making a First Amendment argument to be fair. But I just get the feeling with these things, and you see it a lot with disinformation. Yeah, it's really just like, I don't want to hear stuff I don't want to hear, and I'm going to label it all disinformation. And then I'll look like a big fucking hero, because none of us like to hear lies, do we? No shit, Sherlock. That's why it needs to be stopped.
So,
yeah,
you know, I just think that it just seems crazy to me that people need to limit their online behavior. I mean, in some circumstances, maybe there's an argument.
In the most extreme circumstances, that were probably like illegal, like burn that house down. Yeah, that's illegal. You know, I mean, you do. I'm not going to sit there saying that no influencer has no responsibility for anything. That's not true. But it's really for the extreme situations and stuff that's already illegal.
Could make for that, but I think in this case, people predominantly, I think in America, making jokes and memes about this, I don't think it's having any substantial impact on kids there. And any child that is trying to make contact with
nobody ever says whether it matters or not.
All under the remit of the parent, rather than the people that are making jokes about it.
Yeah, didn't Ted Bundy blame everything on porn?
Yes, he did in that interview. That was with a Christian guy.
Yeah, of course, telling him what he wanted to hear because he's a sociopath.
No.
Ultimately, I think the parent is the one that makes it.
And that's the thing. Like, there might be something there. There might be something there, but everybody uses it when it's convenient. You know,
happen. But you know,
like this.
What it feels like is it just makes you uncomfortable when you don't like it, which is fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
To argue.
I don't even know exactly what this guy did. Maybe I'd be uncomfortable with it. Maybe I think that was fucked up.
You know, maybe you're on to something.
But the premise, and he's backing away from that now. The premise of the video, and that's something this is bad. Something needs to be done.
Then you're trying to argue people should moderate their behavior.
Well, maybe Raymundo's the Ted Bundy of YouTube,
rather than good evidence that it.
Yeah, maybe.
He's good looking.
Yeah, he's good looking.
I think
about it.
Ted Bundy was a good looking guy, right?
Yeah. More so
he was a handsome man, intelligent, professional. And you like to beat your brains in and get a boner while doing it.
Argument is that
literally
beat your brains in. Did he have a yellow beetle? If this guy's yellow beetle, we need to look out.
Look out.
Not that people should particularly like moderate their feelings to consider all these things about the kids, but I feel as though there are certain things that.
What? They never say what.
What should people do
that are kind of. And of course, you know, it's not like
of course, I'm being deliberately vague so I can't be pinned down on
obviously
anything.
Just my opinion.
This is like they taught us this. I took a speech comms class, right? And they actually taught us about like an essay with a purpose and giving a speech. And it's like if you state a problem in your essay, in your speech, you have to state a solution that like the audience can go and do.
But if you state a solution, you'd be pinned down. And you can be
that's what he's doing, right? That's why he's doing it like that. So, it just means fucking nothing. Yeah. It ends up meaning fucking nothing. Because who cares about the problem?
Yeah,
but they feel as though they're kind of making.
The problem is right now his reputation.
Much light of the situation and not really presenting the person as the danger that they are. And to me, that does feel like there's some danger in that.
Now the chats all say they're policing her. I haven't seen what this guy's done, so.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. And if you could, like, if someone said to me, right, Chud, you've made jokes about Smart Schoolboy 9, he has conclusive evidence that these children have been molested as a result of that. I mean, obviously, I'd have to, consider that more strongly because I'm like, that's a much more direct link that you can make. Or if there was some research that showed that attitudes to this kind of behavior online puts children in harm's way, then that's
coming, whether it's true or not. I guarantee we're going to hear that one day. I can't talk like that because this may happen and this doctor signed off on it,
It's the way you feel about it, and it's like, okay, well, I don't really care.
I mean, if you think I'm nuts, they got a bunch of laws in the UK. If you say certain things about certain groups of people, it might cause a riot or something. Therefore, you need to be arrested. So it's already happened.
About your feelings, to be honest.
Yeah,
to be blunt, but, and I find it hard to argue. Like, this is just what happens. This is part of the human condition. We have gallows humor and black humor. There were jokes about Epstein, Michael Jackson was not proven, I guess, but Michael Jackson,
right on,
all sorts of pedophiles.
To me, it was. The best thing you could do is share your bed with a kid, with a child.
I stand with Chud.
Yeah, not me. Not me. That was enough. When I heard him say that, I'm like, that guy's a pedophile. I don't know if he molested the guys that accused him in that video, but that was enough for me. I don't know if he's offending pedophile or not, but no, sorry. It's right to share your bed with a child.
Well, you should make a YouTube video exposing this, I think.
No, you kidding me? I mean, he has been.
No, because
those two guys that accused him falsely have completely, like, you can't even say Michael Jackson's a pedo anymore. You used to be able to when I was younger, when he was sharing his bed with kids, which he said. That was enough for me.
Actual full-blown pedophiles that have molested kids get jokes made about them. And I just think there's some aspect of us that finds some relief from the horrors of life in making jokes about it. And
definitely. I think there's a lot of value in that in its own right.
Except when the guy I don't like does it.
It's I don't disagree with that, but it's always been in kind of a different sort of.
Yeah,
I feel like
what it always is.
I haven't.
Yes, you're right in principle, but this is different, and I'm not going to tell you how.
You can always hear it coming when they say, "I don't disagree with that."
Yeah, but I'm for
that
free
means
speech,
I disagree with that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But at least from what I've been able to kind of tell, it seems as though in the past there wasn't as much direct involvement from young children regarding these sort of people. Like a kid couldn't just message Epstein or Michael Jackson or something like that. You know what I mean? Like we
have to change the rules because of the new medium.
There's a very direct involvement that kids can have to these people. And again, it's the parents' fault, but kids are going to do this regardless. And we can place blame. I don't personally blame the kids, nor do I really blame the
I do. If my kid threw a rock through a window, some suspected pedophile, because he's in so much fucking trouble, I blame the kids.
Creators necessarily, but I do think that one kind of leads to another.
One based on.
I just think that
you're ridiculous.
I couldn't bring myself to try and limit the behavior of a creator because a child might do something.
Anybody, forget a child.
As long as they're not directly, specifically broadcasting to the children, or their content isn't geared around children. Like if someone was doing kids' content and then they did a jovial video about Smart Schoolboy 9, I'd probably have a problem with that, right? But if
I feel like that's pretty universally reprehensible. Yeah.
Yeah, but if someone's like just does kind of edgy content or content about internet drama, and they make a video having a bit of a laugh about Smart Schoolboy 9. Because I'm sure you'd agree, some of that material is ridiculously, absurdly hilarious.
Oh yeah, I mean, I say it in the video. It is kind of objectively funny.
This is what he wrote. This is the fiendish. So what is the actual point? I haven't heard it.
Yeah, I don't think that we shouldn't joke about it.
But
that's not the point. It just
gets to a point where you feel personally uncomfortable with it, and you worry that it might cause some harm. That's what I think you're saying. Is that right?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, a lot of my sort of. And that point is made because of the actions that already have been taken from kids. It's not just like this could happen. Like it's not directly. There's no proof of the kid seeing a meme and being like, all right, I'm going to go find this guy and message him. But how did these kids learn about it? We don't know that, but it's safer to assume that they were watching like more short form, like TikToks or something like that, rather than sitting through a 40-minute Nick Crowley video.
What's the difference? If the results,
I think I get it. I think I get the point now. I think nobody's at fault, but somebody's at fault. And we should do something, but maybe we should do nothing. And this isn't personal, but it is my opinion.
I think you've hit it right on the nail.
Well, if I hit the nail on the head, or if I hit the nail off to the side,
Oh, that brings up an interesting point.
Does it bring up an interesting point, or does it bring up an uninteresting opinion?
Oh my goodness, we've brought opinions into this? Jesus.
Try to be objective.
So we should question ourselves, or don't.
Exactly.
We need to take action, but just sitting around.
We need to take action. But
it's a very acceptable. It's very palatable. It's a palatable message, which I think is what he was going for.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
But that could just be my perspective.
Yeah, we don't need to kind of
But you might know something.
Honestly, I think
I just wanted to make my point clear. I'm not trying to like.
No, I can sit there and say that Trump fucking destroyed this guy, but no, he destroyed himself. He really didn't do anything.
How can you go through that whole thing and it's like I'm just here to make my point clear.
Yeah. No, you could have done that with a 50-minute video, but what the fuck do I know? Tommy becoming full-blown left track never not make me smile. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Debate it or anything. Just
Yeah, sure. Was there anything in particular that I said that you took issue with or had disagreement with? And be honest. I'm happy to hash out any disagreements. And if you make a point that
everything you said was right on.
If I've really said something,
but I don't agree with
really
everything.
Misunderstood what you're saying.
Yeah, no, for
Maybe
sure.
Where you're coming from. I just personally feel. No, I'm waiting for him to say that.
Okay.
Like, halfway into the video, or into your stream, so I don't know what the first half of criticism was, but I mean, if there's anything else that you were really thinking about from the first,
I had the point, but
video,
we can do this another time.
Please feel free to let me know.
Let him
go. Sure. I actually always mean to make notes, but I never do because I'm just a lazy slop tuber. But let me see if there was anything else. Just skimming through the timeline that maybe is worth bringing up.
Yeah.
But
let me start off by saying
I think this does have the bones of being something. I think Nicholas Diorio, you know Nicholas Diorio, right?
Yeah.
I think his criticism of your video is the other one that I saw that I think is best because, I've seen people obviously.
Nick did a video in 2019 taking on, and I remember I've forgotten about it too. That Scrubby's no good and this is no good. All these guys are just like making mad bank. If I remember correctly, Turkey Tom was one of the guys that didn't like him. I don't know if I'm not 100% sure on that. They made this sort of easy content, and so this is not like it's not necessarily a new argument. It's just a new generation of creators.
Chat is being quite,
and it was the same thing. They're on top, we're not. And
that's just chat. But I have seen people also beyond that talking about how you're like other lefty figures or something that they've hated before, like in Praise of Shadows and stuff.
I've heard that. That's the worst thing people have said, man. That's the worst. Okay. That's the worst criticism I've received. People said some real fucked up shit, but that's the worst one.
Yeah, I feel like, that's stupid. I don't think it's that level personally.
Yeah,
I actually don't either.
I would hope so.
And you seem like quite a good-natured guy. I don't think,
like
obviously, you think you kind of stepped on a bit of a landmine and didn't know what was going to blow up.
Yeah, you're making his case for it.
That's definitely the case. Yeah, I really.
That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Chuddy believes what he's saying there. I think he's just a nice guy, He's like, he realizes this guy just buried himself and whatever.
I think that kind of is the way, and not to like.
Do you have a clip of that?
Paint myself as some angel or anything, but
making fun of PDFs is anti-LGBTQ tipster plus.
I was not coming at this to like attack people. It definitely is a criticism, but one that I feel I prefaced with enough respect that it didn't come off as that. But clearly
this is slop, and there's a problem that needs to be solved, but
isn't the case. And I'm happy to have had this experience and to be able to learn going forward.
It's a learning moment. That's another one of my favorite lefty.
I told you, after school special.
For the way that I present this sort of stuff.
It's a learning moment. This is what they did. This is what they say when they accuse the wrong guy of rape. This is a learning moment. It's a teachable moment.
Because, I don't know if I'm ever going to make a video about sort of modern internet drama ever again.
Yeah.
My content is just kind of whatever I want to see. So it's very all over the place. But I would have to agree with
kind
Nick.
of like this.
I think ultimately, if
I don't think we're going to hear from this guy for a long time.
Were to, and I don't think I'm going to do this, but if I were to like private this one and then restructure and kind of rebuild what I did have and the points that did stand, it would end up coming out a better product. But
But I'm not going to do that.
I'm not sure.
Hell no, he can't now. In fairness to him, like he can't. His reputation in this particular area. I don't know what other kind of videos. I mean, people like his videos, it's great. But in this particular area, he is given all credibility away with the fact that he said he really didn't look into it that much.
Right. But I mean, the thing is, if he actually cared and like was standing by and had a pair of nuts with anything,
but he also realizes
he would just do it because he feels like
that's a twofold problem. Because if it sounds like, and I can't say this for sure, so let me emphasize that it sounds like if he doubles down on it, he sounds crazy. The other part is he's a YouTuber and he only cares what other people thinks.
Yeah,
excuse me. So, that it's a twofold problem. Or you can do what Willie Max does. I don't care. Whatever. I'll go on fucking lyrics. I'll go on Chud. I'll go on this, and I'll, take it from both ends, and smart, and defend it vehemently, but never take anything personally. That's the way to be. Is like Willie Mac, if you ask me.
So you basically just so your plan is to private this and just write the whole thing off. Is that right? Yes.
Well, I want to release some form of statement. I want to concede, I don't want to just like pretend it never happened because that feels cowardly. But
so just putting the video away.
At the same time,
brave now.
I also don't want to have something that kind of, misrepresents.
I would have more respect. This is, I went at this half-assed because I didn't like these people, and I could believe this too. When I did it, I didn't feel that way. But I'm starting to think about my own personal biases, and that's exactly what I did. And, I'm taking down the video because it's unfair to the people I'm doing it. Or I'm leaving the video up because I want all my work up, even the bad stuff. I totally can respect that. Totally.
Is
when does Raymundo plan the transition?
A sort of lower quality product on my part,
Lower quality product, call everybody else a slop. I mean, it's not like you're talking to Bomax here. He does see the irony in this shit.
I mean,
you can't have
my slop brain is thinking, why not just do another video addressing the criticisms and just saying?
Because he can't. No, I disagree with Chad here. He can't. He doesn't because he's spent credibility. It's a cloud capital thing. He doesn't have it, so he's better off going back to where he was from that thing. The only other video he could write is to be completely honest about his emotions going in, and if he's honest about that, hell, I'll defend him. But I'm just not buying that. But then again, I'm biased too because I like to think that I know his motivations. Because this stuff doesn't wash with me at all.
Here's what I concede on, or is it that it's so?
I think I concede to use enough.
Disagreeing with your video now that you don't want it up at all. It's completely it's basically full of holes to the point of not being worthwhile anymore.
Yeah, I've never been in this community before. I've never experienced what it's like. I genuinely just don't really think I have the heart for it. And so, I don't really want to fight with anybody is the thing.
Oh my God,
no, I want to win. That, what? I tell you, I'm almost glad he's saying this because that's like 90%. Even the tough guys on YouTube, they're like that too. All these guys, it's all Revenge of the Nerds on this goddamn thing. Nobody has any balls.
Pussy! What's going on? Fight! Even if I think you're wrong.
I don't really feel it's worth it.
Well, yeah, that's true. No, you shouldn't fight. You should concede if you think you're wrong. I mean, that's really dishonest. But I mean, he's trying to have his cake and eat it too.
Oh my God! Especially when people have made good points. I'm not trying to weasel out of it, but I don't know. Can you at least see some sort of respect in a admission of, I don't know.
Well,
criticism?
No, and I'll tell you why I can't. Right? I'd say because I feel like it's an empty apology. That's why. It feels like I'm sorry because I got to say this to get out of it, right?
I mean, it's difficult, obviously, right? The chat wants blood, okay? There's some stuff you said that's angered me and I think is outrageous, right? But it's like you're immediately conceding on it, so it makes it difficult for me to really say much more than, well,
then let him go.
Really wrong to do that, and that's it.
That's what I've done when that's happened in the past. It's just, okay, thanks, bye. Because
so,
there's nothing to say.
It's like I kind of want to have a go at you more, but with you being so, it's difficult. It's not as good for the blood sports content,
I'm not here for blood sports is the thing. My next video is about themed restaurants.
Unless I'm winning.
How fun they were. It's like
I'm winning. I'm good.
I got myself into something that is just not what my niche is, and that's obviously I'm not trying to.
But the other problem I've got as well, I guess, is like I don't. Sure. I hate the idea that you're conceding just because people are shitting on you and having a go at you. right? It's like, is it just because you don't like the heat, or do you genuinely think, okay, I've had some things pointed out to me that I think I was wrong on, and I need to concede that?
Yeah, no, the latter is absolutely what the case is. If I felt as though I was 100% right, I don't think I would even come on to.
He sounds he sounds like Lyrics a little bit.
Have a discussion about it, because ultimately I feel as though really good points have been made. There were missteps along my way.
Say you're wrong. I was wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. I was wrong. I was wrong about everything
there was
I said.
Accidents and mistakes.
Yeah,
okay?
it's so half-assed to me. I was wrong. I didn't see it at the time. You don't even have to fucking say your motivations. I was wrong. Can't see it. See it now. You know what? Like I'm human. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm everybody. By the way, I am too. I'm susceptible to confirmation bias and all that stuff. I'm a human being. You know, but I think my other work kind of shows that I can do a good job, and maybe this isn't for me. And I can totally respect that. I just think he's trying to have his cake and eat it too.
And that's something that it's kind of
don't let Queen near this man. What is he gonna do? Fucking like concede to death? Queen would just make himself look like a jerk if he was conceding to everything.
L that I just need to take. I feel as though
the blood gods want blood in the chat. I'm reading his chat as well.
It's not really worth it to go down fighting, because ultimately I think there are too many holes to really have.
Okay, fair.
Very.
All right, that I can accept, but I don't believe anything you say.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, to answer you.
What was Stan Morris? What if Tommy makes a stream in this video and he calls on Tommy's stream? Wonder how this will go. What am I gonna do? I don't think I'd take his call. I really don't. I have nothing to say to him. He's already said it himself.
Look, he tried to dip his toes in the commentary community. He got his ass deported back to Equestria. Right? He can stay there. You can have a gay old time. You know,
here's the thing.
Up and down rainbows.
Look, I think you guys are phony and stuff, but I don't hate him, and I hope I don't want him to be destroyed. If he can go back to his own thing, and then fine, whatever. You know, he makes videos people like. Obviously, somebody likes his shit. You know?
I don't hate him, but this makes me feel like he is devoid of a personality or conviction or anything.
Yeah.
So, why would I want to hang out with him or talk to him?
The problem is in this area, it shouldn't be, to be honest with you, but it is, and I'm guilty of this as well. There's going to be a serious topic. You just can't take him seriously on anything. On something that's like, he starts talking about all the fucking pedo shit that comes in through this community. It makes me want to vomit. I was just like, I couldn't take him seriously on something like this. Brony stuff, sure. Media criticism, sure, whatever. I mean, he only loses credibility on this side, to me. You know.
Your question. You asked me a question.
But I mean, what would I do? Like Stan, what would I do? You know, I was like, yeah, look, I feel bad. It's pathetic. I feel bad for him to some extent. He conceded. I'm a big this is the Christian that's left into me. Once you say you've sinned, that's it. Like I don't believe in piling on the spike in the football or piling on somebody when they said they've wrong, whether they mean it or not. What do you do with that?
I think it's great to say I was wrong about this thing. You know, I
don't think it's that great, but whatever.
I guess the thing that's just crazy for me is the fact it became a fully edited, scripted video.
Because he's lying. Yeah, right. He's fucking lying. You know,
only for it to get criticism, and you go, "Oh, I was wrong about all of this, so I need to delete the video." That's just a crazy concept to me.
No, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
I see where you're coming from.
I was surprised. I didn't think he'd see what he means, but
when he criticizes somebody really personally, that's where I can't have any credibility for him. Because there's no conviction, like you said, there's nothing there. It's just if this lands, I win. If it doesn't land, I lose.
That video was just him personally criticizing people, and it's like, and then he wants to say, "Oh, well, it wasn't personal, but it was personal. It was my opinion."
He opens his video.
Just stick with one.
He opens his video. I'm ranting. I hate this fucking content, and here's fucking why I don't like it. And I don't even think you can criticize him at that point because. Hey, that's what he says. He doesn't like my shit. He doesn't like this type of content, you know, and that's it. But that really, and he knows that. He's been around long enough. I get the feeling anyway. He knows that doesn't sell a video. what sells a video in the end of the day is there's this great big problem behind it all that we ought to be the slippery. He's selling slippery slope fallacies, and nobody bought it. There wasn't enough snow on the ground.
But then I think, for me, as someone that all my content is stream content, I don't do any edited content. So it's like all the feedback is live. I say something that's retarded, and chat will tell me, and I have to go, okay, that was stupid. I was wrong about that. Or I like pause.
The most fun part of being a streamer, and if you ask me, that pressure is the most fun part. But the thing is, you got to leave the shit up. You can cherry pick some of the shit I've said, and then you could leave out the show the next day. Hey, remember when I said what I said yesterday?
Your video,
but he edits it like he's a streamer. I don't think I'd be interested in this shit.
Make a point and criticize you for it, and then the next second you say it when I hit play, I've got to take the L for that because it's happening there and then.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, I see what you mean.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a different thing, but I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of your friends, but I just feel like there should have been someone there that should have looked over this and gone, okay, mate, I think there's a good video here, but here's my problems with this, or, something like that.
Check my shots. I'd have a big one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Brought to you by Exxon Mobil.
Listen, those commentary guys can be pretty vicious. You need to be careful to make sure you cross your T's and dotted your I's, because otherwise they're going to go crazy.
The one guy that has the most influence thought the video was okay. That's the best part to me, the fact that they didn't think it was that bad. But he also said that about Dark Viper, but Nick. He said there was something there, and he fucked it up. And then Jack Films made a better video on the whole thing.
I don't know.
Definitely. I listen. I fully agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I want to go out with this guy and get his sloppy seconds. This is what I want to do.
I was saying that call in, but I think Nicholas is at work.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll take it. Why not? I'm going to tell you they're sloppy seconds. It all ends up in the same place, sweetheart.
What I will do, I always like to do this, if it's okay with you.
Sure.
I like to throw just questions out to chat so that if they feel I've missed anything, they can pick up the slack for me.
I don't fuck that. I'll take calls if you guys want. If you have something to say about this shit. They just want blood. So I want you to yell at him and make him cry. But thank you, Chud.
Up in the fetal position.
GD said this before. Chud was doing a gaming stream. He's having fun fucking off with his guys. He stopped it to give me this clip. This was a private thing, so I really, really appreciate it. Because Chud has been really good. Yeah, well, he's been really good at this channel. He sends people here all the time. I'm on there once in a while. He's always he's just been so good to me, and if for some reason you haven't subbed him, you should. You really should if you like this kind of stuff. It's his opinions are diverse and the crowd's diverse, and that's what I like to think I built here. His is a little more intense than mine. Mine's more about the ha-has. But it's if that's what you want, it's what he streams a lot too, a lot more than I do. So, and I respect the hustle for sure. And he's a good guy. He's a real good guy. He's always been good to me, and I appreciate it. Is anybody else in the queue or no? No. I think I'm going to bed. I've been in a sweat the whole time. Something's wrong with me, and I don't know what it is, and I hate it because I'm sick, and then I'm not sick, and I'm like, ugh. I'm sleeping I'm sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours, right? And then getting up, and then 3 hours later, feel like I go to bed for another 6 hours. It sucks. There's no after. The only way there's an after is although I had a really good gaming stream.
We could do body cam.
Yeah.
You could finish that body cam video.
You me snoring or what have you. You want to see what a dork I am?
Yeah.
Where did I put it? You guys gonna laugh at me. I don't even know. Oh, here it is. Hey, do you know what this is? By any chance? Anybody know what this is? And I played it today. Let's see.
Oh, it's something to do for your Oculus or something.
Yes, man. Yeah. So what you do is supposed to feel like a rifle, right? So you pick it up, right? You pick it up like this, and then you cock back. If you do this motion, then it pulls the bolt back of the gun. The only problem is getting it on here, but if you look at the rifle where you handle it, pretty much, or at least the one game I played, Population 1, you can kind of pop it back. I wish the magnet is a little bit stronger, but yeah, it's kind of like one of those things, so I can feel like a real man again.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
That's good.
No problem.
That's nice,
As long as
dear.
you're having fun.
Yeah, that's what matters.
Tommy, have you been looking at them pictures of Raymundo again? I know you get all sweaty and hot when you look at him.
That must be. He's a good-looking guy. He's going to modeling. If he said something about modeling, I would totally be open ears. I'm sure he's got some real.
The saddest thing is that he's not interested in real women anymore.
Oh, really? No.
No, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, God, what a waste.
I mean, it's a coin toss, maybe.
Jesus Christ, he's a beautiful, beautiful man. You got to give him that. He might be a big phony. He might.
I'm upset he doesn't just actually talk like, "This is Raymundo, and I am here to talk about."
He should start. Because if he would have said that, if you show me this guy, he goes, "I am Raymundo," and I'm like, "Whoa, yeah." Like, oh no, I wouldn't have gone well. I'd be like, "Oh, that's the way that guy talks."
Yeah, believable.
Totally believable.
Absolutely, but he just sort of talks like lyrics.
Yeah, Tommy using the Green Lantern logo cap. Man, fuck off. Fucking New York Cosmos, baby. So this is rare. This is a dead football club. And speaking of dead football, there's no football. Well, there's an international.
Actually,
what's going on? Germans play today.
That reminds something to do with Leech. But I saw, because I was in town earlier today.
Germany won.
And
yeah.
I'll show you what I saw.
What do you say? What do you got here? It's CONCACAF Nations League stuff. Oh, kind of awesome. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, St. Pauli. I was gonna get myself a jersey, but I'm not back in the gaming. I'm not in the jersey, so I'm not buying stupid jerseys. That's pretty awesome. It's funny. They're like a super progressive club, and everybody was worried about them when they came to town over here. Actually, that looks like the fucking guy right there that I was talking to at the Scottish pub. I'm not even joking. It looks exactly. They're a bunch of Antifa guys. They couldn't have been nicer. They were really nice. They're like, we had to watch them win the championship on our field, right? But they were like, yeah, you guys were really good hosts. I'm like, I wasn't expecting. These are at least like Antifa types, They're really good hosts, and I hope you'll be all right, because we had dropped down to the relegation playoff. And you'll be all right. You just see it through. I think that's a team you can take. Blah, blah, blah. It was a really nice conversation. We had a couple beers. If they would have known I was voting for Trump, they probably wouldn't have been as nice to me. But they were really nice. I got to be honest. The St. Pauli crowd, very, very nice. That's your homeboy. Yeah, they were good guys. That guy, he was like a real hairy guy. And he's like, so where you like, yeah, I don't know. They didn't fucking do with the Bielefeld. They tried to burn the city down. So that was quite nice of them. Yeah, they won, but if they didn't, hell would have broken loose. I do wonder about that. Although I gotta be honest with you, they seem more like college kids than normal hooligans. I felt a college vibe from them. I didn't get the working class tough guy vibe from these guys. It was more like students that dress dark, so yeah, they had more of the Antifa vibe from them. But look, there's probably some truth in that. Honestly, no, I don't think they would have rioted, because they'd already won. They needed to beat us to beat the title, and I think the other team lost, so they probably wouldn't have won the title either way. But if they lost, they're still going to the first league. So I think they'd been fine. A little disappointed. That's about it. But yeah, you never know. I don't know shit. But St. Pauli's right. They're definitely cool. That's I think that's Celtic's sister team, and then Hamburg's Rangers sister team, which is they're in the same town.
John Sigma asks, are German hooligans worse than English ones?
No, not even. But I'll tell you who is worse is the Dutch. The Dutch. Frankfurt might be worse than some clubs, but the Dutch, I think, are the worst, hands down. And it's such a weird thing with the Dutch. It's such a weird thing with the Dutch. They're like it's not like bullshit. They are like the most polite, easygoing people. They are the worst fucking football fans in the planet. And I did get sucked into the German-Dutch ride. That's a derby, is Germany-Netherlands, right? That's a huge derby. I can't stand them, but I love the Dutch at the same time. But I cannot stand their orange fucking jerk-off fans. Although I do, there was one Dutch fan I told you about that I liked. He had the what did he have? The you know those foam hands?
Oh yeah.
I'll tell the story again. You know those foam hands, and we're number one. Some guy had one that went like, I can't do it because I'm in Germany. Went like this, and he wrote on it Heil 5, and he started walking up to the cops. Hey, Heil 5! I thought he'd get arrested, but it was a foam hand. Actually, German cops are pretty good humored about it. Hey, Heil 5, everybody! No, I'm not. But what do you mean like the Dutch? You're a Liverpool fan. Should like the Dutch a little bit. Fucking Virgil's over there.
I just don't like their language.
God, man, we didn't pull anybody's hand. I thought it was a pretty good fucking show. Well, maybe I'm done. Well, if I'm moving, I'm gonna have to get a fucking job. This shit keeps up. Remember, it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from now on. I'm going to bed, no after show because I'm not.
Well, you said you were gonna read some donos and you gotta do pats.
I gotta do pats. Yeah, I'm ready to go to bed. But yeah, I'm going. I will probably be doing something. I might even do like a meetup in the for all you members. I'll definitely meet up and bullshit with you. I do have some clips this weekend I should be able to get to because there's no football this weekend. But Osaka. Let's get in there like swimwear. I hope. Well, first off, let's do it. Yeah, why don't we just read them all for today? I'm hot. I think that's my problem here. If I can't get in here now, I can't. I do have my phone here. If the worst comes to worse.
If you can't, I might be able.
No, I'm breaking out sweats and shit. So, and you remember my kid was sick for 2 weeks. He just went back to school 2 days ago.
No.
So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it. Jane's boyfriend.
Able to smuggle him in.
You think you have it? Jeannie's boyfriend. You think you have it bad?
Wow.
I didn't even see that.
That one got slipped in there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Raymundo making fun of PDFs as anti-LGBT tipster plus. Raymundo, I took my shots. I thought I had a big win. I'm sorry. Brought you to ExxonMobil. What? Brought to you by ExxonMobil. That probably was a sponsorship.
That's crazy. You know, Tipster and Raymundo are cousins.
Raymundo. He looks Spanish.
Yeah, that's my cousin, bro.
He's Spanish, not Mexican, I don't think.
He's crazy. He never talks about nothing. He says a lot of words and shit, but I can't follow it. I can make heads and tails of it, bro.
Raymundo. We want to go out and pick up some girls, and he plays with these stupid horses.
Hipster, you need to flatter the ladies. You need to give them compliments and then take them back.
It's too fucking funny. Oh God.
You pledge again.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry about it, Ma. I got it.
Well, no, yeah, I gotta be. Did you drink your water today? Have you had enough?
Yes,
milk?
I did. I was doing exactly what he said. I was drinking water all fucking day, the ice water, the whole night. I'm not feeling good. Maybe we dead. If I'm died, it's been real. I love you all. If I die in my sleep of a heart attack or some shit or whatever the fuck's wrong with me. My jaw doesn't hurt. That's what tipped me off last time. 1650. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm definitely going to bed. I read the fucking Mavsy, little manly, Oatbag, Mrexon, one Family Guy fan, Abby Blackbird, Ashford B, Billion Bones, Blue Jacket, Cody Grill, Everborn, Final Flash, Kinetic Kel, which I might be doing an interview with pretty soon. I gotta get her back too. She gave me some times, but we gotta figure that out. Latchkey Goth Boy, Nesquik, Not Your Typical Mom, Panic Pun, Rental Hughes, Taylor D, Tommy C's Cat, Trippy Savage, Genie, and Pickleton. And those are $10. And if you do that, you get red no matter what. It's 100% guarantee, unless I forget, which I don't normally. Thanks a lot, guys. Keep in mind, download Action Quake, and keep in mind, yeah, we're talking about like a online. We're gonna call it the online LAN party. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. Anybody did fine?
I did download it, so
you did that. It's gonna be fun. We had a lot of fun in the arcade. A lot of arcade streams in your future, maybe this weekend, probably more than one. I'm done.
Like Quake.
It's good stuff. The Action Quake is where it's at. Predecessor to CS, man. A lot more fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Exactly. Let's do it. I'll give you a heads up for For shizzle. We need the players.
Yeah.
We need the players. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'm going to bed. Bye. I'm going to